Of course, this is just a lot of people's speculation. No one knows what the specific beast transformation is. The time will soon come to the 31st. I finished looking for tardigrades, pneumonia. To ensure that the day of the beast change. No other undigested animal meat in the stomach. I ate a vegetarian diet for 2 days in a row. The balance is now 6,000. The money will be useless after tomorrow. Go out and spend. Take a look at the iron shops in town. Do you have a handy weapon? Ordinary knives are scrapped after a few cuts in battle. If you master the innate ability of ants next, and the innate ability of the electric eel, then the giant axe hammer is the most suitable weapon for him. I visited a few shops in town that sell iron tools and farm tools. The largest axe and hammer are only a dozen caddies. No matter how big it is, it will be gone. But reluctantly. Bought an 8-kilogram sledgehammer. This is specially used by workers to smash walls and tear down walls. The early stage of the beast transformation disaster. It can still be useful in the face of ordinary beast transformers and exotic beasts. Then I bought a few caddies of crocodile meat at the vegetable market. And chocolate. These are useful. The last step is to buy a mechanical watch. When the network power goes down. Mechanical watch. Or the benefits of a pocket watch will be reflected. Otherwise, people can distinguish between day and night. Can't tell the exact time at all. And I went home. I collect the tardigrades I kill. Pack into a small container. Then the ordinary ants are roasted to death and crushed. Then melt the chocolate. Made dozens of ant chocolate holes. As for 2.5 kilograms of crocodile meat that has been pureed. And I made meatballs. Give it to UN's own head teacher. And classmates who have a better relationship with me. As for whether the others are dead or alive, I don't bother to care. I don't want to be the savior or anything. Because I know in my heart. Even if I tell everyone that tomorrow is the end. No one in the world will believe me. So I'm too lazy to waste time and feelings. To do something that only a virgin would do. The screen changes. Come September 1st. I didn't report to school that day. It was 9 o'clock when I woke up. The head teacher made a few missed calls. Then sent a message asking why he didn't come to school. Even asked me. Is it the evening of the 28th? Took a microscope from the school lab. It seems that the school found me. Then he was stopped by the head teacher. Therefore, I reported everything to the head teacher. A woman's worried voice immediately came from the phone. What's the matter with you? Did you encounter any difficulties? I smiled and replied no. The head teacher thought I was in trouble and short of money. To break into a school and steal a microscope. But he was convinced that I was not such a bad student. You can't steal just because you need money. So he calmed down. Guess what I'm hiding? Just broke into the school and took the microscope. So he stopped the director from calling the police. I took the responsibility and loss first. I just wanted to do an experiment. Then climb over the wall and go in. Borrow a microscope and other equipment. Then I thought about going back after school started. And then I decided to quit. It wasn't returned as soon as possible. So the head teacher quickly dissuaded me and asked me to stick to it. After all, there is still 1 semester before the college entrance examination. Crowd. I can't help but think of the funny appearance of the head teacher after the change. Then came the sad and bloody scene. After the disaster of the past life. The head teacher is like many students. Become like Pigsy. Suddenly rough skin, thick flesh, fat head and big ears. But, even if I'm as ugly as Pigsy, he's still so gentle. Patiently comforting the particularly ugly who are also changed. Weird students. As a result, I encountered a giant canine medical beast. Then he stood in front of the students. Just like that, he was authorized to cull by the doctor. Recall the bloody process of him being bitten to death. I can't help but say, don't eat a piece of pork today. Is the greatest help to me. The head teacher said hello. What does this have to do with whether I eat pork or not immediately after? I said that I would invite a few close classmates for a lunch party at noon. Let's have a porridge together. I have just notified Zhao Ben and the others. Come over then, too. Maybe this will be the last time we see each other. I packed the food and put it in my backpack. Take that sledgehammer. Riding a motorcycle towards the county high school. The boss will bring 7 braised rabbit heads. Except for the rabbit head. I also ordered vegetables and rice. As for other meats, forget it. Theoretically, mutations can also obtain the innate ability of rabbits to gain night vision, and reflexes and athleticism. Can be as sensitive as a rabbit. Mainly meat eaten outside is usually poultry. And chickens, ducks, and pigs are the weakest animals. If you eat chicken, duck, and pork before the beast change. After the beast transformation, it can only become a weak chicken beast transformation. Weak duck subject and weak pig subject. And almost half of the people across the country. After the change, it will be related to chickens, ducks, and pigs. And then the cows and the sheep. Then there were the footsteps of several people outside. And the sound of conversation. 4 men and 2 women come in. Immediately started asking questions. What's the matter with you, good blood? I didn't explain much. From now on, I have my own path to choose. You don't have to persuade me anymore. Have a nice meal with me. Then see me off. Bless me well. The crowd suddenly fell silent. Head teacher Lu Mei slightly urged. No longer intend to persuade lovers. Well, it's not a parting of life and death. Never see you again. So don't be mad, the atmosphere is so sad. Then start eating. I made this fish ball at home and brought it here. Would you like to taste it? Everyone started to move their chopsticks under my hospitality. Eating crocodile meatballs. Soon the boss will send 7 copies of a whole braised rabbit head. Here it is. Zhang Yunzong, they can all accept eating rabbit heads. But the head teacher Lu Ru and 2 female classmates. A little bit of resistance. Tutu is so cute. How can I eat them as a result, under my moral kidnapping? They can only try the taste of braised rabbit head. Then it smells so good. Tutu is so cute. How can you only eat rabbit heads and rabbit bodies entertain them? After eating this very cost-effective birthday snack. And I gave them 7 bags of chocolate. Then the monster transformation disaster comes. They can all protect themselves. 3 p.m. The catastrophe of the beast change in the previous life came at 5 p.m. Which means there's only 2 hours left. It's ready to go. From my backpack. Take out the carefully packed animal transformation dining room. Decided to eat the iron ingot beetle first. I swallowed 2 iron ingot beetles bit by bit. Subsequently, take a sip of Coke soaked in the carcasses of more than 200 tardigrades. Slow down and then started to eat. A whole owl stewed in American ginseng. A whole owl. All that's left are really inedible skeletons and eagle beaks. Other parts that can be eaten and swallowed. I didn't waste it. Because I presume. How strong are the animal talents acquired after pooping depends on how much animal meat is eaten. So I think it's better to just eat a whole one. So, after defecation, perhaps you can obtain nearly complete innate abilities. After drinking a whole cup of sweet and bitter baby ginseng soup. And then I started eating bread crumbs. Fry until golden on both sides. Preferably bullet bee and amber eel. They don't chew. It is like taking medicine. Pour the tardigrade Coke into your stomach in one bite. This meal. A beast turned meal darker than dark cuisine. I literally ate for an hour. It's 4 o'clock. The beast transformation disaster is still an hour away. I opened this room with a view of the setting sun. When the sun sets, and the moon in the sky suddenly turned blood red. When the sky turns red, it means that the beast transformation disaster has begun to befall. No one knows about the past life. How did this beast transformation disaster happen, but many people speculate that it should be caused by the sun. Because from this day on, the sun has become people. I can only see the particularly beautiful sunset tonight. Failed to see the apocalyptic warning contained in it. Suddenly my stomach started to ache. Has it started? I curled up in bed in pain. My stomach is getting worse. It's like there are countless knives cutting the stomach and intestines in the stomach.